You're supposed to give them a thumbs up.
Good evening. Welcome to the April 19th Clark County Fire District 6 Board of Commissioners meeting. I'd like to call this evening's meeting to order and ask that you join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. This time I'd ask for any additions to this evening's agenda.
None here.
Okay. First order of business will be to read and approve the minutes of the April 5th
So move.
board meeting.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Correspondence. I didn't see any correspondence in the board packet. Citizen communication. Any citizens viewing tonight's meeting using YouTube, there is a feature for you to correspond with the board. There's a chat feature that you can type in any questions that you may have that will be monitored throughout this evening's meeting, and the board will work to answer those questions. Committee reports. Health and safety report.
No report.
No report. All right. Risk management group.
We met.
All right.
And fairly quick meeting. Good meeting, and it was, I appreciate the chief helping me accommodate my schedule, but yeah, it was good. Everything, all is well in risk management.
Thank you, Commissioner. Fairgrounds Fire Facility Board.
We have a special meeting tomorrow.
Special meeting tomorrow. Okay, meeting tomorrow.
And Commissioner Pfeiffer, I took off the parade, but it might be time to add that committee back on there.
Oh, you bet.
And that would be Commissioner Lasco.
Okay, perfect. Commissioner, do you have any update regarding the parade for this evening?
Anything good about the parade? Well, we're dealing with Public Works and the amount of money they want to charge us for barricades and people. And we're still trying to find insurance. Our insurance company's having trouble finding somebody that's going to want to insure us. So we think there's going to be a parade.
Uh-huh.
We hope there's going to be a parade, but it's been fairly difficult.
Is the past insurance unavailable, or?
The company that we had in the past declined,
Oh.
and so they're trying to find a different company that wants to have mom sniffing dogs and
Oh.
Well,
Wow.
all kinds of stuff. So we'll probably have one this year, but I'll have to look at finances for next year. It's just getting more and more difficult.
Wow.
Chief, we can talk offline. What is the process to get checked off to drive the antique engine? And who should I coordinate?
That would be with Chief Newberry.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, he
Thank
can set
you.
you up.
All right.
Girls Square Box.
I'll coordinate that with you. Yeah.
All righty. Well, thank you for the parade update. I'll move to the consent agenda.
Move for approval?
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Chief's report.
So the March overtime is at $86,753.95. The majority of that was in shift replacement overtime at $43,000 and some change. Then do you want to go straight to the budget performance?
You can keep going. Thank you.
So budget performance report, we would anticipate that we'd be just a little under 25% this time of year. Our fire, we've expended 24.3%, and for EMS, we've expended 26.2%. So we're tracking well. No COVID-19 update. It's dropping down, so we're doing good. And then for the facilities update, they continue to do the architectural meetings weekly. They're at 90% of the plans drawing, and the cost estimate is delayed, and they anticipate probably next week. Is that correct, Chief Newberry?
Yeah.
Still working on some landscaping and corresponding with Dr. Alder next door to see if we can do anything about the trees. So Chief Newberry's continuing to work on that. They're looking at some different options with the security gate for Station 61, trying to make sure that we have enough public parking but can still keep the fleet vehicles secure. And we're working on the plan for interior finishes. Station 62, the lights are still at issue, but they're waiting on parts, so everything's just delayed. waiting on parts. All's good with Station 63. We've made some just minor updates. And then for the training storage building, they're going to have engineering plans they anticipate soon. Oh, I'm sorry. Chief Newberry received them last week. Permits are paid for it, and the training division has helped develop a plan to use that building. So moving forward with that project. And then Chief Newberry could probably answer any specific questions you may have.
Any questions, gentlemen?
I'm good.
Okay. No further questions with that. Old business, Station 151.
Yeah, so as Commissioner Losbeck said, tomorrow we're having a special meeting of the FFB. That will be chief officers and the board representatives. In your packet, I included a draft of that operational plan. So Chief Knorr and I met April 7th and went over some of the concerns that the district had with staffing of that station. They agreed to most everything we asked for, and that's the draft of that plan that you have in your packet.
I just wanted the two of you to have a chance to go through that. Whatever we decide to do, we're probably going to be locked into it for a while, difficult to change.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted to make sure that we got your input. I didn't want to represent you without your input. So.
Yeah, I had probably two questions. One, on the cost of station maintenance and maintenance supplies should be shared jointly by each agency. If they're going to be occupying that space more than us, like how will that, I guess if I saw that if they break it, they buy it, but if it's just normal wear and tear, but they're the ones doing the normal wear and tear, is there any option for them to pay a little more, or I guess what are your thoughts on that?
We've kind of discussed 50-50 on whatever, you know, if they're using the printer, the computer, those sorts of things, if they have problems with those, they're gonna deal with all that stuff.
Yeah.
Toilet paper, paper towels, all that stuff. We have a public restroom there that the public uses, so we split that. I assume, you know, as far as linen for the beds, they'll probably purchase that. There's some stuff like that that we haven't got down that deep into.
Right.
If their rig breaks, they fix it, their insurance covers it.
Mm-hmm.
The same if we have a vehicle out there at some point in time. And then Truffle will continue to insure the building.
Okay.
But as far, most of that stuff, unless we have to replace like some appliances in the kitchen or those sorts of things, we're agreeing to a 50-50 split.
Okay. Are there any,
And then if we put a unit out there later, then we're up to speed and we don't have to go back and they say
Okay.
we bought this and you need.
We bought the refrigerator.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it just makes it easier, right? What's your feeling, Chief?
Yeah, I actually like the 50-50 split because it still gives us a say, an equal say, and it still keeps our foot in the door, and we can influence the design and how things are brought in and that kind of stuff too.
are there any identified needs leading up to this potential June or July date that need to be met as far as worn out equipment or air compressors and heating systems or anything like that?
Not that we know of right now. There isn't an air compressor that we can use there. It's an old air compressor and it doesn't work with our Scott packs, but so that's something we'll have to work around. The biggest issue is going to be the truck bay space because the cops need that space and are occupying a lot of that
Okay.
space. So that will be the big discussion and probably where we'll see the most movement of stuff. But
Do we have the ability to still accommodate them to some degree while we're there, or to be good neighbors, or how does that?
The office space we're okay.
Okay.
In the dorms, but we have the Hollywood out there, which is going to have to get moved. And then they have a lot of stuff in the truck bay.
Okay.
We're going to use two.
Uh-huh.
They've kind of been using two, and we've been using one.
Okay.
They're going to lose one of their bays
Okay.
because we have to have drive-through. Because they assume, and we talked, Clarkford's going to have an engine and a squad there.
that sounds like the plan so far.
That sounds like the plan at this point.
Okay.
Don't know when they're going to staff the engine,
Mm-hmm.
but they'll have two people there at the start.
Okay.
And we wanted to be drive-through
Right.
days.
Yeah.
All accidents happen when we're backing up.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So Chief was gonna try to make sure that somebody from CCSO was there tomorrow,
Okay.
to let them know what our plans are. They've been using the kitchen, I'm sure they've been using the day room. And then as far as keys or swipe cards or whatever to the place, I don't know if I know Chief Newberry's been working on that, how that's gonna work, so.
Okay.
He'll be ready, and he's been working with the Clarkford guy as far as things we may need.
So yes, I've worked with Chief Rommel, and I've worked with the commander, the sheriff's office commander up there to stay in the loop on their fencing, gate, door opener project. And sounds like they're waiting on a little bit of hardware and the programming for the card readers, but our cards will work.
Our cards will?
Yes, that was
Okay.
from the beginning. Our cards had to work with the system. So I've asked for a plan on how they want to make that happen. But yeah, I know the gate on the west side is now operating, but there's no card readers for it, so it's only outbound because the thing registers you, senses you there.
So in reading through this, sounds like the staffing from June to the end of July will be 2. And then it says they can go up to 3, but then they retain the right to drop down, back down to 2. Is that post July 31? They can always drop down to 2, and depending on what they want to do, is that, because I know
That's how they've written the draft, yeah.
okay. Because I think I asked that at the board meeting, and I didn't get a clear
Yeah.
answer.
You did, you
on that.
did.
Okay, all right. So that,
They've given themselves some
wiggle room.
wiggle room as far as having 3 out there is the way I read it.
Okay, and then, I leave this to you, since you have the meeting. Do we really need to meet quarterly for the first 2 years, or?
I think it's important just to make sure that that 50-50 split of buying equipment's working out, that, we're getting that balance back in the call volume,
Okay.
that we continually have say in the staffing and what gets brought in there. And those can be done at the FFB meeting. We can have an operational report at the FFB meeting.
We meet every other?
So this doesn't necessarily mean that the entire boards
Oh,
have to.
no.
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
We
no,
don't
through
plan
the
on meeting.
FFB.
Okay,
It
all right,
would just
then
be
I'm in a good place.
where are we at?
We're
Yeah.
good.
You are.
Yeah.
Thank you, okay.
Okay. Alrighty. Thank you. Moving on, new business, FEMA reimbursement.
So the district was reimbursed $60,797.79 from FEMA for COVID expenses. That went into the general fund of our EMS budget.
Okay.
And that, I believe, is our last reimbursement we're submitting for COVID unless
Okay.
something ramps up.
All right. Dnr Grant.
So DNR approached all the fire districts in the area, and they had a grant opportunity. It's a $100,000 grant for equipment and PPE, and so the district applied for that grant.
Oh, great.
We haven't heard back yet, but we did put in for it.
Okay,
So.
that's great. Is there a timeline for that, or is it to support this coming season, or is it just a one time?
Chief Russell submitted the grant, and I'm not sure if there was I'm not sure what the timeline was,
Okay.
so I'll have to look.
Problem. Support service volunteers.
So we are bringing back the support service volunteers with COVID winding down. And, they've been away for almost 2 years now, and we have a good handful of them that still keep hanging on. So we were hoping that maybe the board would let us do some kind of welcome back night for them before your second meeting in May. So it'd be May 17th at 5:30, if
Sure.
that was okay.
How many of them do we have?
Right now, I believe we're carrying 9.
Okay. And what, I probably should know, what is their role?
So they were all of our combat fire volunteers. We're down to 9 because people getting hired and moving away. And their role is going to be support services. So they're going to be doing the smoke detector installations, pub ed events. They'll help with parade, open house, blood pressure check, just any kind of public education things that we need.
Very good.
Are we gonna try to recruit more, or?
Yeah, the application process is open, and we've been receiving applications. They just haven't brought them on until we knew that we were bringing them back. So they have a list of people to call out and do.
At some point, if they were qualified, would they be able to respond like the rehab unit?
Captain Grant is in charge of that program, so I don't know how he's having them, respond out. They may be able to respond lighter units, but all the ones that we're carrying now have kept their EMT certification, so they're still doing their EMT and affiliated with the district that way, so they can still help in that capacity too.
They could probably help with the fair. Great.
Yeah, and they are built into our contract with the fair. to have them.
Kind of along the same lines as one before COVID hit, we were talking about trying to do an intern program.
Yes.
Is that moving towards the front burner, or something that we do or don't want to do, or?
It's a proposal's moving towards the front burner, so that's, Captain Grant kind of does all of our administrative training, so he's doing support services, he's doing cadets, and part of that is the intern program. So he is working on that, and I don't think we won't have it for this cadet year, but I'm hoping for next cadet year.
We're hoping, we have some really good cadets that end up at PCC. It'd be nice to be able to,
Yeah.
and then we can kind of see how they work out. It's
Mhm.
always good to keep an eye on them, so.
Or
Thank you.
Central Oregon, or Astoria, yeah.
Or Astoria.
All righty, well, we'll look forward to welcoming them back on May 17th.
Okay, thank you.
Open house.
So the open house is scheduled for June 4th, and then we're looking at doing a VIP open house at Station 63, and I put a date on your calendar as a proposal. I can't remember what that date was. Sorry.
19th of June, does that sound right?
Yes, that does sound right.
June 19th? That's a Sunday.
Okay, maybe that's not right then.
It's Father's Day, that'd be
That is
good.
Father's Day.
Maybe I did.
Station 63 formal opening, is that what you're?
Yes. Is that the 19th of June?
That's July 19th.
Oh, that's July. Oh, yeah, I'm in the wrong month.
This is July 19th work.
And I will be out of town.
Oh.
Because we have a
Okay,
commissioner
then let's
meeting that
change
day,
that.
right?
Yep, I'll be out of town for that too. I might be able to get you from the Lanai in Hawaii, but
Oh,
I
nice.
don't know if I'll try.
Feel bad for you, yeah.
So you're gone the 11th?
11 through 21, and I'd really like to be there, so. Can we do the last week of July, or?
Mm.
No?
I'm rafting.
Are there, this might be a tough one to hit in the middle of,
If you, towards the end of the week, I would be back.
The reason why I thought July is that'll be right when our ballots go out, and then
Okay.
voting in August, so.
July 28th?
28 or 29 could work.
Thursday the 28th, are you guys on shift, or are you?
We are not. Well, who knows where he's gonna be.
28th or 29th.
Does the 28th look good for you?
Sure.
Maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
It's a B shift.
I'm gonna be on.
Are you going to be shift?
Yeah. No, we'll make it work.
Are you going to beach?
Yeah, we'll make it work. 28th.
28th? Okay.
Yeah, I'll make sure, I'll confirm that, but yeah.
And Commissioner Lasbeck gave me a short list of people that we thought we should invite, so I can disperse that to all of you, and if you have more people that you know in the community that we should invite, we can.
Okay, perfect. Sounds great, that's July 28th. All right. Calendar update for our May 3rd meeting, which would be our next meeting. There's a little bit of a conflict, so we'd ask that we look to move that to another day.
Commissioner Pfeiffer, why don't you pick a day that would work
May
for
4th.
you? May 4th.
Wednesday the 4th.
I will most likely not be able to be, but
Okay.
that's not.
Is there a day that works for
Not
you,
that
Commissioner?
week is that week's not gonna be awesome, so it's not a problem.
Is that how do the meetings need to fall on either side of that to get things signed? Is the
Well,
second?
usually the first week and the third week are easiest for Tina.
Okay. Does the second work for?
This second, I'm working a trade day, so
Okay.
that's
just-
don't
does
worry
the fourth
about.
work for
Don't
you?
worry about me.
Let's do the 4th.
Yeah.
May 4th.
If there's a Zoom option,
Oh, sure.
I might be able
Yeah.
to make that work.
I think we can facilitate it.
Okay.
Chief, we can facilitate an online
Yes.
option for Commissioner Haynes.
Then May 4th
Yeah.
will work great.
All right.
Is there anything else in May or June?
I don't see anything yet on my end that would June looks to be free from a work perspective.
June looked good, yeah. Are we messing with July or not?
I don't think so, not yet.
Okay,
Let's wait till we see that one on paper.
okay.
So we have to have a motion.
Yeah.
So I'll make a motion, we move our first meeting in May from Tuesday the 3rd till Wednesday the 4th, 6 o'clock.
I'll second that.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Executive session. I didn't see any need for that this evening. Chief Newberry, have there been any comments or questions this evening? Okay. All righty. Roundtable, good of the order.
Just wanted to let the board know that Brad Osborne and I went to the mechanics conference in Wenatchee. Brad stayed the whole week. I stayed a couple days, and he got elected to the mechanics board.
Of
So
course.
for
Of
the
course
he
state,
did.
Wow.
yeah.
Good guy.
Yeah.
So
All right.
he will be
Good.
representing Southwest Washington on
Oh,
the
that's
state
great.
mechanics board.
Well, that's
Love
exciting.
Wenatchee. Hey, get there.
Brad will do a great job with that.
That's really cool.
And we have
Yeah.
people in Appleton? Pierce.
They're leaving tomorrow. Yes.
For Pierce,
Yeah,
okay.
a group leaving to go look
Who
at
else,
our engine.
who all is going on besides
It's
Brad and?
BC Baum, Captain Rennie, Chief Russell, and is Brad going on that? And Brad. So, yeah, and then we have some of our consultants going as well. Yeah.
Have they started building them?
It's the
No, just the drawings.
pre-construction,
So
is
it's
that
the
right?
pre-construction, yeah.
Okay.
All righty.
And Commissioner Pfeiffer attended the Association meeting?
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, we
Got to meet a lot of people.
yeah, it was a good meeting, and we learned about the upcoming transportation issues in our area, and the Highway 99 corridor is slated to be a Vine transit corridor. It's one of the, I believe, to be the last route for the Vine here in Vancouver. So
Waste of money.
that should be coming. Yeah, it was good. I look forward to attending others. So.
I was able to attend my new commissioner training
Oh, great.
via the web all day.
Yep.
It was excellent. So I a lot of good information. It was a
You
long-
stayed awake?
It was a long day.
It's a long day.
Yeah. So fortunately, it was online. So
Uh-huh.
it was good.
Where was that?
It was in Spokane.
It was in Spokane.
Yeah, and so I was via Bozeman.
Okay.
I
Oh.
was able to take
When
the.
I-
And we got the F1s in or whatever. they're called.
Yes, we
Yeah.
got our stuff filed.
That's fun too.
Yeah.
Yes,
it's-
fortunately, it was easier since they uploaded all my stuff from last
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was-
When I attended that, it was broadcast from his basement.
Oh,
So
no.
that
No,
was-
this was not, it was
we did that.
a little more, a little
Little
more,
better.
yeah.
We were gonna go to the casino and
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right up together and we ended up doing it.
But it was good. And as I mentioned earlier, I am gonna try to figure out how to drive that antique.
Yeah, we'll do it.
No problem.
No.
That's good.
I'll
Chief
Yeah.
Burial, under his tutelage.
Your knee will be shaking by
Yeah.
the time you make the corner
Yeah.
at 63rd.
Great. I'm excited.
my girls are excied to ride along.
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Good, good.
They've got high expectations.
Okay, well, have them bring a mouthpiece.
You
Yeah.
can get it started.
Yeah.
All righty. Well,
Just a couple
Go ahead.
other dates for good of the order.
Mhm.
On the 25th at 5 o'clock, we'll be having an EMS levy renewal presentation at Station
Right.
63. That'll be Commissioner Pfeiffer and myself, and it will be open to the public and broadcast. And then on May 2nd, we'll be swearing in the new recruits in the morning when they start their first day. And then May 3rd through the 12th, I'm leaving for Hawaii, so Chief Russell will be in charge and at the board meeting for that.
What's May 2nd date? Is that what shift?
That's
is that?
that is a B shift.
Okay. Is that something we can attend then?
Sure,
Okay.
yeah, I can send it out to you. So.
Yeah. if you would.
I might see if somebody can hold over.
Is that like 0800?
Working training.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
hold
I'll
on.
confirm that and send it
Yeah.
to you tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then if anybody's interested, the end of May is the Washington Fire Chiefs Conference in Wenatchee again.
Wenatchee.
It's a pretty good conference with good speakers, and at that conference you'll have Chief Russell will be running for position number 6 on the Washington Fire Chiefs Board, and I'll be running for Vice President. So we're
Very good.
planning a Southwest Washington takeover on the Washington Fire Chiefs Board.
Good.
That's
All right.
great. That's great.
So probably 6 or 8 people want to be the vice president.
Yeah, so far unopposed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who would oppose you? Good, good, good.
All right. With that, we'll need to authorize April issuance of payroll warrants, authorize April payroll direct deposits, authorize April deposit of federal and FICA medical withholding, authorize pre-authorization invoice transmittal, and authorize payment of current bills.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Meeting is adjourned.